Yeah,
And we're back.
still yes.
Did you miss us?
I did not.
I missed us.
So when last we left our scoundrels, they had just spent a lot of time on the operating table.
Mm-hmm.
One of them also indulged his vice at the operating table. What was that like?
A little bit of extra. I don't get much opportunity to work with living things. A little bit of pain. A little bit of extra pain. So what happens if
It
this
was
gets
quite
funky?
hurty.
Not enough to kill anyone. Not
It was
just
very
as like
hurty. I think next time I'll go to a professional.
I am a
It worked just
professional.
fine.
I'll just spin the coin next time.
How many doctors you know that roll 3 dice for healing?
I was good with it.
I got a tinker of 2. Because I tinker with the inner, just get all bloody.
I also have a tinker of 2, but I don't deal with the insides.
Yep. So I enjoy this entire, doing tasks for other people. But we have a crew to build. So I say we build a goddamn crew.
I say we go recruit Jim.
What do you mean by that?
That we take some territory.
Mm.
I have my eyes on this little infirmary.
Mm.
Or a drug den. It could go either way. And then we can get that hagfish farm and then get the other one we don't get. And we'll have a nice little setup. You know the best thing about the hagfish farm? Not only does it help the body disposal, you get a tasty treat too.
Hagfish.
Delicious
Hagfish
hagfish.
pie.
They're so haggy.
Exactly.
You can bake them into a pie?
Always. Pies.
Fantastic.
Okay, well, Edlund, if you want to, run that by the rest of the group, and if they agree, and
I'm all for the infirmary right now.
Going by the track record of our group, especially recently, I feel it is in my best interest to have an infirmary.
So how that works is we're taking it from someone else.
yes,
It is always somebody else's, yeah.
stop it.
I was looking at the chart.
I'm looking at the chart.
That's factions.
Those are factions. Yeah, I'm looking at them.
He's trying to decide who has an infirmary.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide who has an infirmary that you guys could take.
The unseen. They're only level 4.
Yeah, let's not do that again. Let's not keep picking people.
I was going to say, let me find the highest tier, and then we'll just go from there. The city council, they have an infirmary.
I know that's our thing, but we should maybe take a break.
Let's go after the Ink Breaks Infirmary.
Yeah,
I was just trying to decide if they would have one, and I can't justify that one.
It would be very odd.
It's a good question. Who has an infirmary?
The blue coats. The red sashes.
I mean,
yeah, let's try not to go to war.
Yeah, we We need to avoid the red sashes.
That's the next thing we do to them is going to be war. There's no way.
I'm pushing the narrative that they are an occupying force from another country.
That's fine, but we don't need to go to war right now.
Yeah, I'm all about leaving them alone.
Meow meow.
I'm staring at these things.
Meow.
Don't make weird noises.
The Dimmer sisters. I have no idea who they are.
Housebound recluses with an occult reputation. So we go after the spiritualists.
With our mastery of spiritualism, that should be easy.
Sure, except for they send ghosts at us.
Yeah, and what do you guys do about that?
Run wild through the red sashes territory to the ghost attack them.
I try to talk my way out of it while the other two get stabby.
I use my spirit ammunition.
Oh, well, okay.
I actually do have that.
No, that makes sense.
I mean, I'd rather not do that, but if it comes down to it.
Okay, so what I have decided at this point, after staring at a lot of different things, is that the Lamplax definitely have an infirmary.
So we take the infirmary from the useless people.
They're not useless.
They're useless.
Why do you say that?
Because they fill the gas lights in our electrical city.
Well, they don't do it anymore. That's why they're a gang.
Sure.
So is that still in 6 towers?
No, they are actually in Crowsfoot.
Wait, so we're going to put our infirmary in a completely different zone?
Well, that's where their stuff is.
Also, there's the spirit wardens in Crowsfoot that are going to be looking for people who dropped some dead bodies off over there. Or made some dead bodies over there.
Oh, that's fine. So we kill some more, get those drawn into the fight, then go back to our home turf.
If I remember right, Crowsfoot is also Red Sash territory.
It is.
It is.
But they're at war with the Lamblacks, so I don't think they'd mind this.
Okay.
We could possibly use that to our advantage.
I was going to say, there are many different ways that you can take over an infirmary. How were you thinking you wanted to do that?
Well, so I've got some questions. Is this like an actual registered place? Is it material?
It's a free clinic.
Can we steal the stuff and then move it to our zone?
Yes,
or is it always going to...
You can steal the stuff and move it.
So...
this suddenly becomes much easier.
Exactly. It's actually our specialty. The murder of people. Oh, wait, no.
It's actually not your specialty.
Actually, I'm thinking Chris just needs to put on one of the Lampblack uniforms, go in there late at night, and make sure that the currently operating doctor disappears, and then all of a sudden it's his clinic.
Seems legit.
I mean, except when the Lamplacks show up and want free medical care.
Chris
Then
will be
they'll
happy
get
to
it.
provide.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, maybe Edlin just goes ahead and fixes them right up, but...
Let me put that razor in the wound and sew it back up.
Oops, I left my lunch in there.
Do you mind if I say root in there and get it?
So I guess we have to survey first, see what we can do here.
Well, yes. Or you could just pick how you're going to go about it, and then we can decide what that means.
Well, like I said, we're going to have to move it. It's going to be pointless not to have the infirmary in our home zone. So that means we either have got to move this doctor / idiot and then take all the gear with us. Because we need the supplies infirmary.
Really wouldn't do to drag a wounded guy through a sewer just to put him up on a table and get him operated on, then drag him back through the sewer.
Exactly.
No, it really wouldn't.
Or we could do my favorite and addict the doctor to drugs. Get him hooked so he has to move to our zone. They keep up with the drug.
I don't like the idea of a drug doctor actually performing any surgeries.
It hasn't bothered you in the past.
Just because you can handle your shit doesn't mean that they can.
Can he handle it, though?
That's what I'm saying to his face.
I'm not addicted to drugs. I'm addicted to blood and Vicar.
He's addicted to drug addicts.
That is a pretty spleen.
Ew. Well, that's distasteful.
So let's see what we can do that because we'll need, even though I can do the infirmary stuff, I don't want to sit there. I have my own experimentations. Oh, I should have done that question marks. I have my own patients I need to work with. I should not have put the experimentations in question mark was because that's the real word.
That's the thing you're actually doing.
What you call it.
Wait, are these sarcastic quote marks? I'm confused.
I'm lost now. Yeah.
So I say we do that because we'll have to gather the doctor and the doctor's nursing, if they have that, and get them to move.
Okay, so let's go over this one. Again, what's the plan?
I do have a question. Because in order to do that would require us to have buildings and stuff like that. Do we have buildings?
No,
because
you don't really have buildings necessarily. I mean, okay, so when you take the territory, I mean, it usually comes with buildings, just depending on what it is. You know, people go to a drug den.
Right.
And that's my thought. But so people go to infirmary. So we have to take their infirmary, but that also means we have to move their infirmary.
Yeah, that's if you decide to move it. You can just, take it over and leave it where it is.
Right. Just clear the lamp blacks out of it.
And then our stuff is located all over the map? That is not how a territory works.
That actually is how gangs work.
The territory is fairly centralized to each other usually, so that you can actually support it.
Not when you live in a feudal place that has bridges.
You meant feudal, but all right.
That's the word I meant, yes.
I meant futile.
Oh, well, I mean that.
I also meant that.
that could also work. That could also work. So yeah, I mean, you have your corners, which are connected to each other because that makes them strongest, obviously. But you don't count the money in the corners. You count the money 3 blocks over in your secret, armored storehouse. So you could have an infirmary in another part of town. I mean,
but like I said, but that we have to go there. It's kind of hard to describe going there when it's across the bridge. in an enemy territory.
Well, then your other option is to move it. You just take the equipment and hire the doctors away, I guess.
Which would mean we would need a building here to move them to.
Yeah, but you've got a big baker's.
We've got some space.
That has, extra space. It's not being used.
Let's just do that. That makes more sense in my head.
Also, not all the 6 towers are occupied.
That's right. There are a lot of abandoned buildings in 6 towers. You could, just sweep one up. And I meant that literally, like sweep out the floor and then move all your doctor stuff in. And that's good enough for hygiene. Just a good.
That's what the doctors say.
Just a good sweeping.
Mm-hmm.
Just a spritz.
That's all it
Quick
needs.
spritz.
Rub it down with a little alcohol swab. You're good to go.
Yeah. So, all right, you're thinking move the infirmary.
Yes.
Move the, supplies and equipment and whatnot.
Okay, so that sounds like, well, I don't know what sort of job that
So we're
sounds
basically,
like.
basically like breaking in and stealing all their shit and taking it off.
What?
Yeah, it's also a lot harder for the Lamp Blacks to take it back if we've moved it.
That's true. They won't know where it went.
Right. We're not going to be like, we were here.
So I guess really my question would be, how are you going to get the people to come with you? Are you going to actually hire them away, convince them, or steal them away in the dead of night and don't tell them where they end up and make them patch your wounds for all eternity as your slaves?
No.
I'm good with any of those.
I think the goal is we have to convince them there's more opportunities in 6 towers.
And we can get them away from the Lamp Black Red Sashes war. So they might appreciate
Also,
that.
that is actually another good point. We can make them realize being in the Lamp Blacks,
They can help more people if we get them out of the war zone.
or being in the Lamp Blacks, pocket. Since a couple of us did say we took some Lamp Black gear, show up in there to rough them up.
Yeah, we could just say, hey, we're moving you to a new location as Lamp Blacks.
Or go in
They're
there.
going to figure that out pretty quick. But
I was gonna say, then you'd have to wear lamp black uniforms every time you went to them.
And they wonder why no other Lamp Blacks show up.
Show it right. I don't know how long that charade would last.
It's a quieter section of the city.
I mean, it is that.
Because we rule with an iron fist. Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm. So where was the section? The planning. Okay, assault point of attack. Choose a plan. Provide the detail. Choose your load limit. So, where are they located?
Lamp blacks?
Yeah.
They're in Crowsfoot.
Okay. So we gotta choose the plan.
Mm-hmm.
We might be able to do this one as a transport.
it does sound like a transport.
What is... Let me look at that old crew sheet.
The other option would be deception, I think.
Okay, so... I think it depends on what you're going to do with the people, not necessarily with the stuff.
Well, I was like, we don't need most of the people. We need the doctors.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. So, if you're going to, knock them out and truss them up and then transport them to an area that they don't know and they are forced to work for you, then that would make sense as transport. Because it would be about smuggling them across the...
And I think I think this one's gonna rely on our good friend Timothy to Smooth talk them.
Yeah, so it could be deception or social. It sounds like if you're trying to convince them.
It's in their best interests.
I will give it a shot.
Well, let's figure out what the difference
And otherwise,
are.
we can just knock them the hell out and take them.
Well, then that's not quite. I think we need them there. Under their own choice.
That would be ideal, sure.
Do the doctors have their own guild?
I didn't see one.
They don't. No, they don't.
Well, guess what I'm going to start working on?
A doctor's guild?
No, that was just a deception. I'm not doing that.
Okay. So with deception, you're trying to lure, trick, or manipulate them. Versus social, which is negotiate, bargain, or persuade.
Which one are you better at? Timothy, oh Timothy.
I am good at making them think it's their idea.
So that sounds like manipulate.
Really? Because that sounded like persuade to me.
Really? With what you just said?
Well, how else do you persuade someone to do something? You convince them it's for their own best interest.
Which is manipulate. You're manipulating them.
See, now we're just playing with words. They both mean the same thing.
Then why are there two different ones?
Because the detail is different. The method of deception or the social connection.
Mm-hmm.
So with a deception, you are definitely trying to fool them to work for someone that they do not know. With the social one, you're saying, hey, why don't you come work for us? We offer great benefits. Free bread.
All the yeast you need.
All the yeast you need for your doctoring work. That's what's involved in doctoring, right?
Yes.
Yeast.
Yeast? I hope not.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I put that all in your wounds. Right now, fermenting.
That is poor doctrine.
It's the only way to stop the bleeding.
Right.
When the leavening starts.
I'm not bread.
You weren't bread.
Huh. You're just chock full of it.
You weren't bread at the time.
Things have changed.
So, yeah, do you want these people as employees or pawns? I think is.
I guess employees.
Well, then that sounds like social.
Can we pay them?
You can pay them, provided you have money. Do you have money?
Yeah, that's
We
what I'm
don't really have
asking.
money.
Do we have money?
Not really.
I didn't think we did.
I have a coin.
So the detail we need at this point is the social connection. And then we can actually,
That's not a good time.
now and then you can just, play out the actual negotiation or convincing them. But yeah, that's what we need to figure out would be the social connection. Now, in order to do that, you can do gather information, figure out what sort of people they are, what they're up to. You can figure out where they're particularly vulnerable to manipulation or agreeing with you or that sort of stuff. And that would be gathering information.
I think we do need to do some information gathering first.
I agree.
Okay.
Well, let's do some information gathering then. I'm good at that. As far as, watching.
Yeah. So who's going to do it and how?
I'll do it. I go in there and go, I have been stabbed.
Well, if that's the case, I should do it because I still am stabbed.
No, you've actually been, I've healed you. I'm
You see-
still stabbed,
Except I still have 2 level 1 wounds.
and I have a level 2.
Oh, you still have level 2?
Yeah,
Okay,
I've still got a gut wound.
gotcha. So what information are we looking for exactly? Just,
Find out about them, their thoughts on.
Their motivations. Are they doing this for the coin, or are they doing this to help the community?
I mean, I could watch them. That would give me some insights.
Sure, but once again, I've been stabbed.
Sure.
Is this like a Lamp Black only thing, or is this like a community hospital?
Another good question.
Because that's going to make it kind of difficult for us to just walk in there and get treated.
So it's yeah, it's a Lamp Black specific. Like it's their personal. They don't run a free clinic for the neighborhood.
That's weird.
So you know what? Then I say we change this. Then we just need them as the stuff. We don't need the people. Let's just steal all of my medical gear. Because infirmary doesn't say.
And then hire some doctors when we get back to our place?
Infirmary doesn't say one way or another. It just means we have a stocked infirmary. I'm a doctor. And I just occasionally stab a little bit more.
If you want a doctor, I mean, we can grab a nurse or something like that from over in Six Towers. Get her to work there.
Yeah.
You could be the doctor, and we'd have a place for you to work.
I'm thinking we just need the material.
They've got a really cool Jacob's ladder that's like 4 feet high.
Wow.
You know what a Jacob's ladder is, right? The electricity.
That's the thing where when you're dying, you think you're you keep on living your life.
That's
When you die in Vietnam,
yeah, exactly.
You keep on living your life.
Yep, no, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Well, that's a little weird, but okay.
I mean, you definitely need one of those back in your infirmary as a giant Jacob's ladder.
Absolutely.
You know, that zzzt, zzzt. That looks real impressive.
Mm-hmm.
True.
It's because science.
That's right.
It is all about the appearance.
And that will help me with my Frankenstein motivations later.
Yeah, you'll need a Jacob's ladder if you want to be Frankenstein.
So change. That's what I'm thinking. We don't need the extra stuff. Infirmary just says infirmary.
This is just going to be a straight up burglary.
So in that case, we're talking a stealth plan then.
Sounds like it.
Or that could be a transport.
Truthfully, yes.
Because that's what I'm sort of thinking is it would be difficult to move some of this equipment, to steal it. Those giant Jacob ladders are pretty heavy, and you don't want to get them out of whack, because then electricity's just going everywhere.
It's going to be
fixated on the
Fast and Furious with horse-drawn carts.
It's Fast and Furious with horse-drawn cart, absolutely. Or you could do it on the canals. Fast and Furious on the canals.
Nice.
Fast and Furious. Disc ball.
Right. Okay, so if we do a transport, then we would need to know the route. Or route, depending on your chosen pronunciation.
Well, we go up this big street.
Yeah.
We cross this big bridge.
Yeah.
We go here.
Yeah.
Then we go to where we live.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we need to disappear into the sewers at some
Taking
point.
it into the sewers seems smart to me.
That's where I would have put all my medical gear too.
Yep.
I assume it's not going to be, laying loose in the sewer water.
So I would definitely say that there would be the need for some carts, probably, at some point.
Yeah.
See?
Some sort of contrivance
Fast and
to
Furious
carry
dust
things.
ball.
How big of stuff are we needing to carry?
Well, that's what I'm sort of
Crates.
debating.
A dozen crates.
Probably more than that. Or
Actually, we know some stevedores.
That's true, we do.
it's not so much the crates, it's just the big pieces of equipment that just don't break down into smaller pieces.
Okay.
Is the tricky stuff. So you would either need some sort of carts, or you could use boats, I suppose, too. There are a lot of canals and stuff. And I don't know how well you could get carts into the sewers.
It's true.
I don't know, it depends how the sewers are set up, I guess.
I guess it would depend on how the sewers are set up, which, we could make some people roll to figure out if they could find a good route.
Nope, I got it. We got this.
Okay.
Man, we got this.
Okay.
I'm good
I've
at finding
got-
things, so.
I've got Eckerd the corpse thief, and you've now got contacts with the priest. Their main thing is moving bodies. We use the moving bodies as the way to get the material out.
We stuff the Jacob's ladders inside of corpses.
Or we throw the corpses on top of it. So obviously, these clinics and stuff like that, they've got to have contacts. They have to get the bodies in and out of there somehow.
Somebody else smell roasting pork?
Well, you're the only one in
Jacob's
Alabama.
ladders.
Oh, that
Those Jacob's ladders.
That's what the hagfish farm is for.
So I say we use our contacts. We deal a lot with corpses. At least 1/3 of us do.
I make a lot of them, as it turns out.
Well, I mean, 1 out of 3 of you does it. That's at least 2/3 of you, right? That's
That's how numbers work, right?
right.
Right.
So I say we use that. We use our contacts we have with various people that move corpses.
Well, who do you know that moves corpses?
I've got Eckerd the corpse thief,
Good old
who
corpsey.
is my clever friend.
Good old
and-
corpsey, the corpse towel.
Shane has made friends with the priest guy, who we already know seems to have influence over all the people that carried wagons full of corpses to White Crown.
I think that's a different church guy.
That was a different church guy. That's Preceptor Dunville. I made friends with Elder Cordera.
Okay. Same church.
Same church.
Yes.
Same church, yes. But I don't know of any others.
So, the highest ranking religious person in the city can't help us with that plan?
You don't
Who
know
highest
the
ranking
highest.
person B?
You don't know the highest
Dunzo.
ranking person in the
Okay,
city.
but he's a high ranking member.
Right, but he's also not your friend. It's the
No,
other
but
guy
we're
who's your
help-
friend.
Okay. Then the other one, him.
Elder
I thought it
Cardera.
was actually Dunville. Yes.
No, he runs the church in Night Market.
Okay. But the church is also the one responsible for bodies, right?
I don't know what you mean by responsible for bodies.
They pick them up.
No.
Then why? I'm confused.
You guys
Then
never
why did
actually
you go to
asked
a
why
place-
you were at the church and why there were dead bodies at the church. So you don't know.
Well, we didn't stick
Well,
around.
we also and we didn't ask anyone anything there.
Well, right.
Well, no.
But I'm just saying, that's not like their job.
Stick around.
That's not the church's job. That's not what they do. But
So I just say we grab a couple corp wagons.
Oh yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to get some carts. We really need to just check out the. Let me check out the sewers and see if there's a route we can take the wagons through.
And then we'll get a sewer cart.
We'll just make sure it's covered, so there's no issues.
There's minimal sewer droppings on it.
Right.
Sewer droppings.
Delicious.
Okay. Do you want to make a gather information then, there, Vaughn?
Yeah. I would love to.
Would you really? Wahahaha.
What is the position?
It's still technically downtime, so controlled standard.
Okay.
There shouldn't be a lot of danger in the sewers.
Except for alligators.
Except for the hordes of roving mutants. You didn't know about
Our sewers,
the hordes of mutants in the sewers?
our sewers are chock full of chuds.
Not till now, no.
Oh, I should have mentioned those earlier.
It would have been helpful.
Probably. 4.
4. Okay. So you can definitely track some different routes where you could follow the tunnels all the way. Your issue is going to be carts down here.
Okay. Is it doable or not?
It's not doable to get carts down here.
Okay. So it's not doable then.
Not through that area. Now, what you could do is you could take carts to through the city and then to the tunnels. But you can't go from tunnel to tunnel without going through the city. Does that make sense?
Okay. But we can get them far enough down.
Once you get, to a particular area, yes, then from that point on, you would be in the tunnels. But you'd still have to, I don't know. I don't want to say halfway, but probably through all of Crow's Foot.
Can we get a wagon in a sewer entrance, out of sight at least, and then just hoof the rest of it?
No, because that was the opposite of what I was just saying.
Okay. Well, fun. All right, so the sewers are a no-go. A success is not a success.
It was a success. You totally traced some routes. But there was a complication. The complication being that you couldn't get
was that the whole reason we searched for it is not valid. Okay.
Now, if you'd gotten a, full success, then yeah.
All right. Well, what do people want to do?
Rob them blind.
So we're not going to be using sewers because by the time we can get to the sewers, it's, we're out of Crow's Foot. So
it's going to have to be the canals.
Or the streets.
Okay, who collects bodies?
Well, the spirit wardens are responsible for the destruction of bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So they do some transporting. Yes.
So it's just them?
Yep.
So they handle all the disposal and everything?
So how does
yep.
corpse thief get bodies?
So they usually either find the bodies before the spirit wardens get them, Or there's also going outside of town. There are people out there. There's also a lot of ghosts and stuff. But that is generally where they get them. Spirit wardens are responsible for making sure that, ghosts are destroyed. But that often, comes with also having to destroy the body. So that's not like their main focus, but it is an adjunct to that. So they do a lot of it. Kind of like how the military built the interstates.
Okay.
Not their main job, but it makes their main job easier, so they just did it. So what's the plan? What's the route? How are we going to do it?
So I'm thinking we go to our contacts on the docks and get a bunch of wagons with a bunch of crates. We'll take those crates to Crow's Foot. We'll break in, grab all the stuff, stick it in boxes, tack it closed. Take these anonymous boxes back to the docks and have them shipped over to Six Towers.
I like it.
Sure.
That seems fairly fairly good.
Okay. Did we do that?
Assuming other people agree with that, then yeah, we can do that.
We do that.
All right, cool. So who wants to make the engagement roll?
What does the engagement entail?
Well, it involves rolling some dice to determine, where we start the mission, whether it's going well or going poorly.
I mean, where would we start? If we're starting by breaking into the clinic, then it would be somebody else. If it's starting by, talking to the dock workers, it would be me. But
let's do a clandestine infiltration because we get a plus 1d to the engagement roll.
Ideally, yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, that sort of sounds like what you're doing.
So let's make sure we just set it up so we use our benefits of second story.
What are we doing?
So, all right. So for the engagement roll we have, is this operation particularly bold or daring?
Robbing a clinic? Come on. I mean, that's the kind of evil shit that gets you.
Robbing a clinic that belongs to a rival gang.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It sort of sounds. I mean, at least daring.
In their own territory.
Yeah.
I think is really the.
Yeah. Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors?
There's another.
I don't think it really is.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to think about it. So you've got boats, right?
Right.
And they're being crewed by other people, right? Then you're going to load up the stuff, and then you're going to go back to the docks, and then they're going to ship it to you. Right? Did I follow?
That's correct. Yep.
I mean, there's a couple moving parts there. I don't know that it's necessarily...
There are, but it's not complicated. It's a little risky.
All they know is they're moving boxes.
It's not...
They don't know.
We're just getting them the boxes.
Yeah, okay. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? I don't think it's
I
either
don't know.
one.
What is our medical?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't think it would be either one. And are they strongest against this approach, or do they have a particular defense or special preparations? I don't think they do.
Actually, we could wait until there's a skirmish between the Lamp Blacks and the Red Sashes, and while that skirmish is going on, then we hit them.
True.
That's a good idea. My only thought there would be, wouldn't that be the time you need an infirmary?
Yes, absolutely. But it's also the time when everybody's out in the street fighting.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's it would get everybody out, but I think the window for people not being there would be small. But
yeah.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight?
Well, were you
our
the
our informants contact the stevedore.
Chief Helker?
Yeah.
Yes.
Seems handy.
He does. Are there any enemies or rivals interfering in the operation?
I don't know.
Does Bazo Baz count as interfering in his own gang?
So that seems to be weird.
No, I mean, he's not interfering, but I'm saying he is Timothy's enemy.
So if he interfered, would it be interfering since he's
would
would
it count? Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, he would be trying to stop you. But he wouldn't be interfering. Is really the.
It would have been really convenient if he was in that body pile.
I think for once the Red Sashes will appreciate what we're doing.
Yeah, not attacking them or dealing with them.
Attacking
other
their enemy.
Right. Okay, so it looks like we've kind of negated all of these advantages and disadvantages. Let me look through them again. Double check. Yeah, okay. So it looks like you're looking at 1 die for that engagement roll.
We get a second die for being second story, so
You get a second die for being second story men. So whoever wants to make an engagement roll can do it. I think there's an engagement button on the code sheet now.
There is.
Sweet. So if someone wants to hit that.
Do you have it, Shane?
I can.
You've been hoarding the character sheet. I just thought you would do that.
I hardly hoarded it. I used it just to get our tier up and take the coins off.
I was looking at it earlier to decide who had an infirmary. But that was it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have let me roll.
No, I don't like the sound of that.
Shouldn't have let me roll.
All right, so
We're going to need an infirmary.
huh.
Well, let's hope the rolls improve.
So, all right. So I'm thinking in the cool, awesome TV show that is this game.
I'm pretty sure it's a comedy.
Fast and Furious Duskfall is definitely a comedy.
Come on. Fast and Furious movies are not comedies. Those movies are serious. They're serious.
I'm not saying. I'm not the one who said it was a comedy or it was Fast and Furious.
They're downright silly.
I am pretty sure we're much closer to Brooklyn Nine-Nine than Fast and Furious. Come on, hurry up and screw us over.
So, so you've got boats. You've got down at the infirmary. You have successfully timed your operation so that it is happening while the red sashes are attacking. That probably meant you had to like stake out the area for a couple days or whatever, and then send cool signals back and forth, like I don't know, smoke signals or little flags. You put flowers in the window.
Flashing
I don't
mirrors.
know. Yeah, flashing mirrors.
Mirrors.
Just make sure they have the lamp up in the window.
Right.
We do birds. We do birds signals in the land where there's no sun, so there's probably not little birds.
Messenger pigeons.
You light the signal fires on the top of all the houses
Yep.
across town. So yeah, you can attack it, while the Lamplax are busy elsewhere. They've only got a few guards, so it's not too hard. I mean, they don't put guards on the infirmary, really. Why would you do that?
Who would rob an infirmary?
Who steals infirmaries?
Who would break into an infirmary? I think
That's just mean.
the biggest obstacle would probably be the Lamplax who are there, convalescing. But then again, they're convalescing, so it shouldn't be too hard to take out.
If we're wearing our black uniforms, we can just take the stuff and go. Doctor everybody up with heroin while we're in there, and whenever they wake up, they'll just be in an empty building.
No. See, we're going to do this better than that. I'm going to kill people. I'm going to cause the spirit activity so high that we're going to steal their stuff and then have the ghost warden
show up.
While the crime is still in progress.
I plan on using the spirit wardens as my own personal weapon by murdering so many people.
I'm fine with murdering them all.
Right.
Murder, it's the only thing we do.
You guys do a lot of murder. You are murderers.
I suggested assassins, but no.
I would have voted.
I'm just a simple spy burglar.
So let's see. You guys start in a desperate position. So it sounds to me like you're, unloading, or I guess loading, right, out of the infirmary,
the boats or whatever.
Yeah. When you are discovered doing so.
Oh shit.
It would make the most sense that it was a group of Lamplax, because who else would care? So, yeah, we'll cut in there. You guys are out on the outside the infirmary, out on the docks, I guess would be where it would be, in the canals. Loading things up.
Look, we're loading our own stuff. It's perfectly legal and legitimate.
Are you wearing Lamplac
Yes.
outfits?
Now, of course, let's not forget these are Lamplac outfits of people that died in. So
Right.
they've got holes in places that maybe we would not be alive if that hole was there.
They've got some stains that wouldn't normally be there.
So we don't know any, washer ladies?
Not the worst. I'm
didn't
more
bother to,
worried about the giant holes.
We didn't bother to sew them up or anything.
No.
Mine needs to look immaculate.
So yeah, you guys are loading things up when a group of Lamplax come in and they don't recognize you.
Huh. Why is that?
Because they don't know who you are. And I forgot the name of the Lamplac guy.
Bezos?
No,
Jennifer.
that wasn't who I was thinking of.
Jennifer.
It must be Jennifer.
Polly D.
Paula Dean.
Paula Deng.
Paula Dean, Lampblack.
Hey, is there a cook, a chef, a chef guild?
Is there a cook chef?
Exactly.
No, I don't think there is. Stop trying to make everything into a guild.
I'm gonna make that a guild.
The Gourmands.
But I'm gonna mix both the doctor and that one.
Sure.
The gourmet surgeons.
It's medicine for the soul.
Okay. So yeah, there are some Lamplacks walking up to you. Ask you what the hell you're doing. Leading them.
Recruit them.
Leading them is Henner, who is one of the Lamplack thugs. He's being played by Scott Kahn.
Scotty K.
It's with a C.
Nope, Scotty K.
Hang on a second. Let me IMDb him so I know what we're looking at.
He's on Hawaii Five-0, I think. Good old Scott Kahn.
We never picked our load, by the way.
You should choose your load.
I would almost say heavy would have worked for this one, since we're pretending to be another guild anyway.
I mean, it could have.
And
We're loaded for
we have
bear.
things. So I'm going to pick heavy.
Sounds good. Said his name was Hinder?
Henner.
Henner.
Like henna, but ER. Like Hannah and her sisters, except it's Henner and his boys.
Ooh.
How many boys does he have?
He's got so many boys with him.
I mean, how many boys are with him?
Well, let's see. With him, there's 5.
Okay. And they're tier 2, right?
The Lamplacks are tier 2.
Awesome. This seems familiar.
Yes, I mean, they are the enemies of the Red Sashes. It would only make sense that they were as strong as the Red Sashes. Otherwise, they would have been destroyed. There's also a doctor here, and like I said, a couple of other Lamplacks who are, convalescing. But yeah, Hanner comes over to you and is like, "Hey, what you doing?"
Yes. We're making room for the new equipment.
"What new equipment?"
The stuff Bezos is sending.
"I didn't hear anything about that." He turns to
When
one
was
of
the
his
last
other
time you
guys.
talked
"Hey, did you hear anything about that?" He goes, "I didn't hear anything about that." He turns to the other guy and is like, "Did you hear anything about that?" "I didn't hear anything." He turns back to you. "We didn't hear anything about that."
Well, ask him about it.
You want to try to convince him there, Timothy?
Yep. I'm also going to try to convince them to help.
To help load up? Yeah. All right.
Do.
So this is going to be desperate.
Yeah, I'm reckless now, so everything I do is going to be desperate.
Well, not necessarily. I'm just saying, the actual action is going to be desperate because of your engagement roll to start
Okay.
with. But the effect, let's say standard. Well, no, it's risky. It's risky. Desperate risky. Is that a thing you can do?
I gotta redo that.
That is
You
not a
can't do
thing.
that. I didn't mean risky when I
You can
said
do
risky.
desperate limited.
Desperate limited. That's what I meant.
Desperate limited.
That's what words mean.
Do. Anybody want to throw in anything?
I'm trying to think of how I would help you with this. Because I'd like to assist you, but I'm having a hard time thinking of a way that would work.
I'm going to assist. I'm going to actually make them. They're not in a combat situation right yet, so I'm going to try to assist them by like pick up a box and like it starts to fall. So one of them has to grab it anyway. And since they're already grabbing stuff,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I just distract them with boxes.
Yeah, or you could just hand him a box. I just assume that he's going to help, like,
Yeah.
even if he doesn't,
Like,
he's still holding a box. He's like,
Obviously, you're gonna help.
So that's a what? 2 stress?
It's 1 stress for you, Chris,
Okay.
to help, and then Danny, you will get an extra die.
Do. Got a 5.
Okay.
Tis a success.
Tis a success.
With consequences.
Dun dun dun.
If you guys want to totally murder them, I'm okay with it. I just figured I'd try this first.
I'd rather not get re-wounded. I've just got
Don't worry.
unwounded. I don't want to be
stable.
eternally wounded.
It'll happen in a moment.
By the way, there, Danny, you get XP on that
I
roll
get XP?
because it was desperate.
Oh, nice.
And if only I could think of a complication, I would do that. Anybody got an idea?
Yeah. Because there are now more chefs in the kitchen, Henner wants to take over.
Another complication is that they're getting so close to us now, they actually get a good look at us.
Or
Easier
with
to
all this
find.
extra help, it actually takes longer.
Sort of like that one, though. It's just
It seems kind of appropriate.
Or they wonder, why are we placing all the band-aids?
Well, they're not gonna be looking in the boxes, but I mean, I guess they could.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go with that one. With the it just takes longer, because yeah, they jump in. You pass them boxes and they start helping, but they just get in the way. There's too many of them. At one point, Henner wants to reload one of the boats because they got too much weight on one side, and come on, he's a canal man. You gotta balance this out. You gotta do it right. So they
By the
take
way,
a
there-
I'm
whole bunch of stuff off.
glad
and
he
then
was
put,
here.
Put it back.
By the way, flashback. I want to do a flashback to the robbery itself.
Okay.
While we were going through, grabbing stuff, I go to the office manager / account and take their pay book, their financials,
Their
Okay.
pay stubs.
because then I know who they're getting their supplies from to
Okay.
actually make the infirmary stay up and running and not just with this supply.
Okay. So if you want to do that, that would actually be a roll to steal that, because that would
Okay.
not be the normal sort of thing that you would be loading up and taking, unless you're relocating the whole thing, which would be a
I said-
totally different story when you came in.
No, but see, when we are loading stuff, I just happen to jump in there. But yeah, no, I'm definitely hiding. So yes, no, I have it stuffed in my jacket. So,
Right. And someone
so
may
yeah,
see
no, I
it or
can
whatever.
definitely see stealing.
So yeah, prowl, I guess. Prowl.
Okay.
That seems right.
Yeah. What is it?
This will be risky standard.
Four.
Okay. You succeed. You get the book.
The ledger.
Yeah, the ledger, and it's one of those where they're way too busy, like fixing wounds and stuff. So there's just tons of receipts stuffed in it, and so it closes, and it's got the leather strap or whatever, but it's kind of bowed, and it's kind of hard to get under your coat well.
With it, I know who they buy supplies from.
Right. So once you guys get those boats loaded, and Henner has redone the one boat that he wasn't happy about, he notices a weird bulge under Edlin's jacket, and then he kind of stops and he's thinking. Kind of goes, "Why are we moving the infirmary now? Isn't there an operation going down this evening?"
And I stab him.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Unstable. He's making me nervous.
Okay. No, that's fair.
I start to answer him, and then all of a sudden, daggers.
Well,
So I'm going to go ahead and mark a blade or two.
Okay. Do you want to make your attack as well?
Sure. What do you want me to roll?
Well, what do you want to roll?
Truthfully, all my prowess stuff are at 1, so it really does not matter one way or another if it's skirmish or finesse or prowl. I don't think I'm probably going to say skirmish because I'm just turn around and stab him.
Okay.
Flashback. I'm wearing a disguise right now.
I don't think you have to flash back to that. Isn't it one of your load items that you can have a disguise?
Hey, yeah, I've got to find disguise kit.
Yeah, you don't need
So
to flash
what is
back
the
to
position?
Okay.
that. You can just say, "Oh yeah, I'm wearing this."
I'm totally wearing that. Yeah.
Position?
It's gotta be risky standard. I think. Wait. Risky limited. You can make it desperate standard if you want.
I'll go desperate standard.
Okay. Make it desperate standard and you will get XP.
So I have a minus to this. So I am going. What's the devil's bargain?
I will aid if I can.
You could aid
Okay. I will
What is
distract him.
Oh, there it is.
by starting
Hey,
to
Hunter,
explain.
could you check out this thing over here?
Yeah, you just start to explain to him, or you start answering his question. Really, I mean, that'll cost you stress, Danny. 1 stress.
Okay.
Chris, you'll get an extra die. Devil's bargain. You could do. Let's say that from where you're attacking him from, that the other lampblacks are like close to you, so they could like immediately grab you.
The immediately is the problem. That's my issue.
I mean, that's the devil's bargain part.
I've got to try it without that. Because
Okay.
I have an idea for my next action, but not a matter if I'm grabbed.
Okay.
So I have 0 bonus dice because of the boost, or Danny.
So you have, but you still have regular dice because you're prowl.
Yes, I have a 1.
Yeah, or skirmish. Yeah. Okay.
Or
Okay, you succeed. But there's a consequence.
desperate is an experience or a mark.
Yep, you get an XP on that attribute
Got it.
track. So let's take a break here,
Okay.
and then we'll pick back up with the repercussions. Cool.
Alrighty.
Consequences and
Everyone is-
repercussions.
Everyone's cool.